Hey, we're live, and we are live on Facebook and on YouTube, so it gives you the opportunity to leave questions and make comments and participate with us. I'm thrilled today, so excited to be meeting someone for the first time who I absolutely have been in love with his talent for years, been enjoying him on stage and on screen. We are talking about Norm Lewis, and he's here today. I'm so thrilled because he's going to be coming to town to Milwaukee this Saturday, October 29th, for Skylight Night 2022. It's the theater's annual fundraising gala this year, featuring the masquerade theme, and it will all take place at the Women's Club of Wisconsin. Now, Norm Lewis debuted on Broadway in The Who's Tommy, and then went into the hit run of Miss Saigon. From there, he gained a ton of incredible credits like Billy Flynn in Chicago and even Harold Hill in The Music Man at the Kennedy Center. I first saw Norm, though, perform live. My first experience with the live Norm Lewis was on Broadway in the adaptation of Disney's animated classic, The Little Mermaid. He was exquisite and perfection, originating the role of King Triton. Take a look.
You've forgotten what happened to your mother. Dad. This is where you belong. Once, just listen. You, that savage brute, would kill you in the world. Try that same old song. I'll have you grounded till next year. Am I clear? Don't go near that world above.
Hello, King Triton. Wow. Okay. I mean, all of it. That's what a star is, right? The whole package, the looks, the voice, the acting ability, the storytelling. But Norm broke barriers as the first African-American actor to play the Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. And he was Javert in the Broadway and West End revival of Les Mis. He also immortalized the role in the 25th anniversary concert. I have a clip of that. No, I don't. I don't have a clip. That was me thinking about having a clip, and I didn't, but I do have other clips coming up, so stay with me. But from there, Norm went on to screen, and I loved him on Scandal, where he was a standout scene stealer with moments opposite Kerry Washington's Olivia Pope, and he also cracked us up in a cameo appearance in the movie Sex and the City 2. But he was absolutely brilliant, starring in the acclaimed Spike Lee joint Da 5 Bloods, for which he was nominated. It's actually in this distinguished career that he's garnered an Emmy nomination for his Christmas Is Here special, a Best Leading Actor in a Musical Tony Award nomination for Porgy and Bess, Grammy noms for both Porgy and Bess and the Jesus Christ Superstar Live original cast recordings, and SAG Award nom for Da 5 Bloods. In every performance, he brings effortless strength and charm, and it's exciting to have him coming to our community, and that we'll have the chance to enjoy his live concert at Skylight Night. That is going to be again this Saturday, October 29th at 5 p.m. Tickets are available for single tickets and for sponsorship level tickets at skylightmusictheatre.org. Trust me, you're going to want to attend this Skylight Night. I know I do. Let's welcome the incomparable Norm Lewis.
Wow.
I feel like I need like canned applause right now.
Oh, wow. I was like, who is that person he's talking about? That's amazing.
I mean, it's like, I guess when you're you just live in the moment, right? But when you get to look back at the extraordinary career, and those are just highlights, right, ladies and gentlemen, but your resume is sick in the best kind, as the kids would say. It's sick.
It's on fire, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm so grateful and so honored to have had this long career. It's been close to 3 decades, 30 years, and to meet some amazing people and be a part of this amazing community.
And one of the things I love best about your story, right? Like, you weren't originally planning on becoming a performer. You sort of started another career and kind of had the opportunity and just went with it and then became a star.
Yeah, what happened was I was working in advertising. I majored in economics in college, and I was working in advertising for a newspaper, the Orlando Sentinel. And what ended up happening was I kept singing at night. I did, sang at bars and contests and things like that, just for fun. I didn't think that I had the chops to be a professional. But it was a nice little hobby. And then someone saw me sing and offered me a job on a cruise ship, and that's how I got into this world.
That's amazing. And from there to Broadway,
Yeah.
Have you ever been to, in the 33 years you've been working, have you ever been in Milwaukee before?
No, no, and I've always wanted to come to Milwaukee, and because first of all, I guess you guys are known for Mary Tyler Moore, right? And isn't that Milwaukee? No,
Well,
is that
Laverne and Shirley, we've got
Laverne and
Fear,
Shirley?
we've got
Yes, yes,
Cheese.
I knew it was some '70s sitcom, but it just always fascinated me. People always talked about Milwaukee, and I'm so glad that I have this opportunity.
Mm. I know what I love the Skylight Music Theater so much, but what inspired you to be a part of Skylight Night this year?
Well, like I said, I've never been to Milwaukee before. I love performing in front of live audiences. And, I hear from all of my friends and colleagues who have been there who've said that it's such a great town. So hearing about the Skylight Theater and hearing about just all the great things that Milwaukee has to offer, I'm just excited to be there.
Yeah, it's great. I think it was Susan Varela at Skylight, Susan Heyman, and when Michael Unger told me you were going to be there, I think I swooned a little bit just at the thought of you being in our city. It's like, oh my God, it's amazing. And you've done, in addition to the great work you do as an actor and a performer, a storyteller with song and not, you do private shows. You've done 54 Below. We've
Right.
seen you do concerts, among other things. How will the Skylight Night performance be compared to other cabarets or solo shows you've done?
Well, it's interesting because it's a culmination of a lot of the shows that I have done in the past. I do a lot of Christmas shows. I do a lot of shows that are private. Even did one recently that was for for 15 people, but it was full on, and they wanted that entertainment. But no, it's a culmination of just telling stories. I never like to call it a show or a concert. It's more about just coming to my living room and having fun. You just have to pay to come, but but it's
Yes.
just gonna be a fun night, yeah.
Hashtag worth it. One of the cool things this year about Skylight Night, we're doing it in October. It's
Mhm.
close to Halloween. The theme is masquerade.
Right.
And guests are encouraged to wear Halloween costume or dress up like a character from a previous Skylight production, or just come in, the attire that would be appropriate for a gala. You are obviously not unfamiliar with costumes as an
Right.
actor. And when you played Phantom in that groundbreaking experience and stole the show. Well, let's take a look at that moment. Actually, that's a clip I do have. Look at Norm here. Check out Norman as Phantom.
Softly, deftly, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me.
Can you tell I wanted to play like the whole song? I was like, I normally wouldn't do longer than a 30-second clip, but I had to give you a minute of that. And I'm talking to the audience, our viewers right now. Sometimes you see a show. I had this experience before with Paulo Shot in for what was it, South Pacific, and then you as Phantom, and it's like you fall in love with someone. You're so talented, the voice and everything. It's just you're so overwhelmed, and you are just love worthy in your performances, Norm. I want to compliment you on that incredible talent that you have.
Thank you. Thank you.
So back to Skylight Night and the theme and Phantom and the masquerade. We saw you and Phantom don quite the masquerade here for a number, which was creepy and cool. A great climax of the film. What are you planning on wearing for Skylight Night?
Well, I think I'm just going to dress up as Norm. I wear a lot of interesting jackets anyway, so that will be my costume, and I'll experience everybody else who wants to come in whatever drag they want to come in. I love watching that sort of thing because I do it as a profession. That it's always kind of hard for me to do it in real life, but I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be so much. And we're getting a comment here from Ella. She says, Norm Lewis is my favorite Phantom, and I never even
Oh,
got to see him. Nobody sings like him.
oh
Ella,
wow.
truer words never spoken.
Thank you,
Very
Ella.
true. Thank you, Ella. And then let's see, what memories, do you have any memories specifically about Phantom that you want to share? Like when you learned that you were going to be Phantom?
Yeah, I mean, I've been coveting this role now for like 20 years, and I just kept saying I want to play it, I want to play it, and finally, I got the chance to do it. But I guess the wonderful thing was in the clip you just saw Sierra Boggess and Andrew Lloyd Webber. Once I was hired to do the show, he called her personally and said, "Hey, how would you like to be Norm Lewis's Christine?" Because he's going. She said, "Absolutely." And in
Right,
fact,
because was this before you did Ariel and Triton?
no, 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 no.
After.
Yeah, it was afterwards. And what was so interesting, because in normal life, she calls me daddy because I played her father in The Little Mermaid. But it was interesting because people were like, "Isn't it creepy that you're going to now be her Phantom?" And I said, "Well, no, it kind of adds an extra element to it. I'm a Svengali, and that daddy quality kind of adds to that." So whatever you thought, we're actors. We do, we might end up having a love scene one day. I would love that. But
I would love that.
but we're actors.
Yeah.
We're actors.
No, that's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, and it's just being in that iconic outfit, that iconic mask, and being in that theater. It was so like mesmerizing and wonderful to be a part of that whole. And now they're closing. That legacy is gone pretty soon.
Mm, it's true. And another incredible Broadway experience that you gave us was Porgy and Bess opposite Audra McDonald. I mean, she's the queen of Broadway. You
Yeah.
are a king of Broadway. And what was this experience like? I mean, this had to be life changing.
Yeah, I mean, to know that I was going in for that role, and that she was already hired, obviously, and we had been friends for many years, but we've never really worked together. We did a concert or two together, but not really work together in this capacity. And it was just great to be a part of her journey, because what's so wonderful about her, as amazing as she is, she sets the bar really high, but she's so giving. She wants you to play with her, and that makes you a better actor, a better artist. And so that was what was so fantastic about her. And the fact that she's goofy, she's a goofy friend, but we had a
Right.
great time doing that show.
Yeah. I imagine when you're doing your solo concert, you're doing songs, you have those picked out, you do a little bit of
Yeah.
chatting. I mean, we didn't see you perform on Scandal, but can you just tell us an anecdote from working with Olivia Pope, aka Kerry Washington?
Wow. Okay. So actually, Carrie came to see me, and her parents came to see me do Porgy and Bess. So there was a 6 or 7 week period where I was doing Porgy and Bess in New York, and then I would fly to LA and shoot these scenes. And it was weird. So because we had 6 or 7 weeks left in the show in Porgy and Bess, and the producers were very kind to allow me to do that. But I just remember when I got hired, her parents came to her and said, "Oh, that's wonderful. They're hiring someone who is handicapped." They
Wait,
actually thought that I was handicapped in Porgy and Bess because I was authentically
you're that
handicapped.
good of an actor.
I guess so. I guess so. But it was just very funny, and she was like, "No, mom, he was just acting. He was just pretending." But
That's crazy. That's so funny indeed. And working with Spike Lee, I mean, one of his joints. What was that experience like?
I love that you know that. Yeah, I was in a Spike Lee joint. We actually, funny enough, we've been friends for many years. He's come to see me do shows, and we became friends through different benefits and events, and also him seeing shows. But then I got asked to do this movie, and I just said absolutely. And it turned out to be such a life-changing event. I didn't know about this culture in the Vietnam War for these soldiers, and so I got better insight into it, and I got to work with some amazing people that I have have admired for so many years. And then there's this new guy, Jonathan Majors, who is blowing up. So I was there I want to say at the start with him.
Yeah, he's incredible.
And I got to work with Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul.
I mean, this just in, Spike Lee knows how to make a movie and
Yeah.
cast it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly.
If you haven't seen Defy Bloods, check it out. It's streaming now. we have to also talk about Skylight Night and how it's not just your concert, which is, you know, the headline and the reason to go, but there's also this great dinner. There's live auction, other social events happening all throughout the evening. Starting, I think doors open at 5 with registration. 5:30 is the cocktail hour. Then it's great dinner. Then you go on around 8, I believe. But as part of the live auction, as I was looking to see what I wanted to bid on, the first thing that I really wanted to bid on was this, Mr. Lewis. Brunch with Norm Lewis. Hello. I was like, now I could never afford that, but how did this one come about, Norm?
I don't know. They just asked, and I said, sure, why not? So if you want to have, you know, some conversation and a little food with me, put in a little bit of money.
Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, worth it for the Skylight. It deserves it, is worth it. And that's like an experience, you know, that no one else could have any other way. So I think that's a really, really cool thing. Then you have the opportunity to ask Norm the questions that you want to ask him, like I'm having right now, although we're not eating while we're talking. I think that's really, really generous of you to donate your time that way as well for Skylight. That's really, really awesome. Let me see, we've got some more comments here. Morgan just said, brunch with Norm, what a cool auction item. Indeed, Catherine said, brunch with Norm, yes, I'm telling you, the ladies and the gays are all going to want this brunch with Norm Lewis, and the men with taste, right? The straight guys.
There you go.
Yeah,
equal opportunity.
I'm not leaving anybody out. It's all everybody wants a piece of Norm. The Jesus Christ Superstar Live, that had to be. I mean, was it different doing live for TV versus just all the other live experiences you've had?
I think so, in the sense that we knew that there was millions of people. I've never had millions of eyes on me live, and so we had been rehearsed within an inch of our lives, but it was a wonderful experience because the cast was brilliant, and you know, we were in the hands of David Laveau, who was our director, so we felt comfortable enough to do it. But yeah, it's always that moment of like, oh my God, it's not just, you know, 200 or 300 people or 1,200 people. It's millions. But we had a really good time, and we made it through. And I will tell you a little secret. We did shoot a full-on show the night before, just in case something happened. So we had a backup in case something happened for the show. Because this was live. This was live.
Yeah, you can't risk it with TV. We have another comment about that. Yeah, Catherine said 100. Very good. So lastly, I've got one last question for you, because I wanted to promote your recordings, because you've been on a ton of cast recordings, and there's a bunch of things that you can find out there. But you also did a solo album called This Is the Life. Yeah. And you look kind of like a personal trainer, in my opinion, on that cover shot.
If I had that body now,
please. Wow. But you know, everyone's always like, "Oh, that's the cover shot. That's the cover shot." I mean, that was the cover shot, Norm. Let's be honest, right? And then the cover shot here for your Christmas album, which is exquisite. And one of my favorite things about your Christmas album is you made an Oz song, a holiday song, with Home from the Wiz, which is one of my all-time favorite songs, all-time favorite shows and movies, and I have a clip.
Maybe there's a chance for me to go back, now that I have some direction. It would sure be nice to be back home, where there's love and affection, and just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time, be my friend and help me start again.
Can I just say, you singing that song, you recording that song, answers a prayer of mine. So thank you personally. Are you going to be performing home in Milwaukee, or do we have to wait and see?
No, I think I'll just tell you. I'll probably put that in now, since you brought it up. I love the song, and I'm always looking for ways to bring in new material or old material or whatever. And I think I'm going to try some new things out in Milwaukee. But yeah, I'll definitely do fan favorites like Home, and you'll hear something from Phantom. You'll hear something from Les Miserables. So I call those Norm's greatest hits. So I have to do Norm's greatest hits, and then Absolutely. I have to add on to that.
Yeah, no, it's incredible, Norm. I'm so appreciative and grateful to you for taking the time to chat with me today. Anybody that wants to follow up with him, you can find him at normlewis.com. He's on social at @thenormlewis. So he's there. And I also just want to remind everybody to check out This Is Skylight Night, which is this Saturday, October 29th at 5 p.m. There's actually a little bit more information I have here from Skylight directly, that if you would like to contact them for any reason, you can email development@skylightmusictheatre.org or call 414-299-4962 for more information. Head over to their website. Also, tickets are available for sponsorship level or personal tickets available that way. And let me go back to remove that. Norm Lewis, thank you so much.
Thank you. You're such a great interviewer, so thank you very much. This was awesome.
Wow, thank you so much. Have a great, great day. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday.
Likewise. Can't wait to see you all in Milwaukee.
Awesome. Thanks.